Apple TV Plus Masters of the Air has told the gripping and challenging story of the U.S. Army Air Force's 100th Bombardment Group in 8 episodes. If you are wondering what really occurred in the final episode, here's everything you need to know about the ending of Masters of the Air. In 1945, the Germans find themselves significantly outnumbered. The war is about to come to an end, and the Americans, along with the British and Russians, are in charge of the air show. Star of the 100th, Rosie, is completing successful missions one after another. However, Rosie has a setback at the start of the final episode while on a mission in Germany. He is competent enough to ensure that, rather of becoming a German meal, he lands on no man's land. But with Rosie not coming back, tensions at Thorpe Abbott are rising. We witness a totally different Crosby, one who is all business and doesn't put up with the troops' small talk and idleness on such a momentous occasion. We haven't seen Crosby in months, and he certainly isn't the same guy who would wallow in Sandra's shadow. In relation to Sandra, we never actually learn her identity, though I guess that's scarcely important. In the meantime, the POWs are being transferred from Stalag Luft III to the central German prison of Stalag 13. It's obvious that the Germans are paranoid, and the reason they're relocating Buck, Bucky, and company farther into the nation is to potentially use them as leverage against their adversary. Consider the Nazi headquarters. Stalag 13 is located in Nuremberg, and is undoubtedly not a favorable place for someone like Solomon. When Bucky sees his old friend at the camp, he is glad to learn that the friend of Buck's is a football enthusiast. I think the reason Bucky is happy is that, in the midst of all that seems hopeless, all he was searching for was a feeling of familiarity. The POW from Stalag 13 was also to be relocated, as the Germans quickly decided. They would also conduct the POW march through Bavaria at night, because they are so paranoid. Simulite accepts when the colonel informs him that his soldiers won't go more than 20 miles. According to Alex's chart, a river is close by, and if they cross it, there is no way out, so Bucky tries to persuade Buck that this is their one and only chance to carry out the plan. Together with George and Bill, Buck chooses to flee after realizing his closest buddy is in fact correct. He sees to it that George and Bill escape first and clear a wall. After that, Bucky orders Buck to go while he watches the German guards, who are occupied with resolving the confusion the POW caused with regard to the exhausting walk. This is obviously a calculated action to ensure the success of the epic escape. Soon after, Buck escapes in the same manner as George and Bill, but when he tries to follow, a German guard notices him and he is unable to pull off the spectacular escape. But because the colonel stepped in and literally told the German general not to hurt his major, the guards are unable to hurt him. Even though they have Bucky as a prisoner, the Germans wouldn't risk hurting him now that they are losing the war. Buck, George, and Bill navigate the rugged terrain of Germany in an attempt to reach safety by using Alex's map with caution. Regretfully, they come across several German soldiers, and one of them stabs George in the back, quickly killing him. After taking care of the troops for a while, Bill and Buck realized that the soldiers were only teens without guns, so they eventually let go of 2 of them. The fact that they soon encounter several American soldiers indicates that, for the 2 of them at least, the big escape was successful. Naturally, our beloved Major Rosie reappears. He must first see the atrocities the Nazis committed on the inhabitants of the several POW camps in Poland. As Rosie and the other Russian soldiers pass through an abandoned Polish camp, they are horrified by the sheer amount of dead bodies. Here is also where Masters of the Air excels as a show, demonstrating to us the might of battle without using a single word. When Rosie eventually makes it back to Thorpe Abbott, Crosby is ecstatic to see him. Rosie is likewise overjoyed to learn that Crosby will soon become a father. During their chat, Crosby reflects on their deeds of killing several guys and transforming into monsters in the process of fighting them. He is reassured by Rosie, though, that despite their awful actions, they are still good men, and that what they did was necessary. Not to add, he makes a lot of sense. When Buck returns to Thorpe Abbott, Rosie and Crosby especially greet him with heroism. They discuss how, despite everyone's belief that he was dead, Bucky never lost hope that he would live. In addition, Rosie invites him to go with him on a regular food drop mission in the Netherlands, where a truce prevents the Germans from firing at them. However, Rosie doesn't overlook the possibility that things could also go wrong. But Buck is eager to board the aircraft once more. One of the most satisfying parts of the show's ending is when Buck, Rosie, and Crosby get back inside the plane. Additionally, the mission proceeds flawlessly, with the Dutch people applauding and waving at the airmen for their crucial part in bringing the war to an end. The POWs at Stalag 7 in Moosburg, Germany, go insane when they see a P-51 in the sky because they know they will soon be free. The POW seizes command of the camp as the P-51 launches its bombing. They have won the fight and are no longer prisoners. As he hoists the American flag at the German concentration camp, Bucky removes the Nazi flag and hands it to his soldiers to tear down as a symbol of this historic occasion. It's obvious that this is the most epic Masters of the Air we'll ever get. We learn about the conclusion of the battle and everyone's eventual return home through Cosby's narrative. After meeting again at Thorpe Abbott, Buck and Bucky travel back to the United States together. As the credits roll, we learn that Bucky was, in fact, his best man when he married Marge. Regretfully, Marge didn't have a lengthy life. As Rosie and Crosby bid each other farewell, she makes a joke that seems appropriate, bringing Crosby's young child to a jazz club. Along with Alex and Macon, we also learn what transpired to them, both in the credits. Master of the Air's narrative comes to a close with lovely pictures of several aircraft soaring in unison above the sky. For the moment at least, the earth beneath them was at peace.